Hello, dear students. Now we'll study the mechanism of adsorption. So, in that as we are aware that for any adsorbent on the surface there are imbalanced forces or residual forces which are available on the surface. So, gaseous molecules on the surface are attracted. These residual or unbalanced forces are responsible for attracting the adsorbent particles on the surface. The surface particles have extra energy. This extra energy is known as the surface energy. When adsorbent particle when adsorbent particles or gaseous particles are adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent, entropy decreases, therefore delta S is equal to negative, and surface energy also decreases, and as thus heat is released, and therefore delta H is also negative. As we know that delta G, which is the Gibbs free energy change, is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Delta H is negative and delta S is also negative. Here, decrease in enthalpy make it spontaneous, and therefore delta G become negative. And as delta G become negative, the process becomes spontaneous, which is mostly due to the delta H negative value. The more energy is released if more surface energy is decreased, and more surface energy is decreased when there is more surface area. So we can say that the extent of adsorption depends upon the surface area. So extents of adsorbent increase with increase into the surface area. Energy released due to adsorption is called the heat of adsorption. This is again an important definition, heat of adsorption. When delta H is equal to T delta S, delta G becomes 0. As delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, both these values are equal, and then delta G becomes 0. Thus equilibrium is established. Depending upon the type of attraction forces between adsorbate and adsorbent molecules, adsorption is unilayer or multilayered. So we can simply understand here that adsorption may be unilayer, means of one layer, and it can be multilayer or of more than one layer. Adsorption in action. If we take gases like O2, H2CO, Cl2, NH2 and SO2 in a closed vessel with charcoal, we find that pressure inside the closed vessel decreases due to the adsorption of these gases on the charcoal. So here you can understand that charcoal absorbs the gases, and that is why the pressure inside the vessel decreases. In the solution of dimethylene blue, if we add animal charcoal, the solution turns colorless. The solution was colorless due to the methylene blue, but methylene blue was adsorbed by the animal charcoal, and thus the solution turns colorless. Then we have the next example. Aqueous solution of raw sugar is passed over the beds of animal charcoal. The solution turns colorless. You know, sugar solution is generally yellowish in color, and it is not purely white in color, but if we pass it on the beds of the charcoal, it turns colorless, and this is how we can bleach the sugar solution, as a coloring substance are adsorbed on the surface of the animal charcoal. The air becomes dry in the presence of silica gel, as water vapor or moisture is adsorbed on the surface of the silica gel. So generally this silica gel is kept into the various articles which are sold into the shops so that they can remain moisture free. Desorption. Now we'll understand the definition of desorption. The process of removal of adsorbate from the surface of adsorbent is called desorption. In other words, we can say that desorption is opposite to phenomena of adsorption. Now, my dear students, I am going to explain you something. Please try to understand it. See, this is your adsorbent, which is made up of the various molecules which I have shown you here. This is the bulk particle which is having, in all areas there are balanced forces, but the particle present on the surface has the imbalanced forces. So that is what I have written. On the surface, unbalanced forces are available. In the bulk, equal forces of attraction from all sides due to the presence of equal molecules or equal number of species. This is the picture of adsorbent. See, in the bulk you can see that this particle is represented over here, and it has forces all equal from all sides, and that is why it has balanced forces. But this particle which is available on the surface, so it has forces from all other sides, but it does not have the forces here from this side. Yes, on the surface, particle has forces from this side, forces of attraction, because this side the particles are available, but on the upper side the particles are not available. That is why here we have imbalanced forces on the surface particle, and that is why this particle possesses some energy which is known as the surface energy. Now, what happens on the surface of adsorbent? There are unbalanced forces, which in the bulk there are balanced forces. As on the surface, one side there are no particles, so force of attraction are unbalanced. Thus, residual forces are generated on the surface, while in the bulk these forces are balanced. So you can see here on the surface of the adsorbent, there are two type of layers of adsorbate formed. One is unilayer, there is only one layer is formed. There is multi-layer, more than one layers are formed. When there is a chemical bond between the surface particle and the adsorbate particle, we call it chemisorption, which is a unilayer. But when there is van der Waals forces, here I have written van der Waals forces between the particles of adsorbate and adsorbent, there is a possibility of more than one layer, which is known as the multi-layer adsorption, and this kind of adsorption is known as physisorption. So now we will understand these various types of adsorption in detail. Thank you, my dear students. Hope you are enjoying. Happy learning.